The Simpsons is one of the most well-known and beloved cartoon series of all time.
Oh yeah!
Clocking in just under 30 seasons, it's had plenty of ups and downs, but even so, there were a few times where this show just went too far and crossed some lines.
What have we become?
Before we get started, be sure to click on that subscribe button and ping the bell all the way to get all the latest videos from Screen Rant every day.
Fire!
Ooh, a bobby pin!
Oh!
Maude?
The death of Maude Flanders. Up until this point, the Flanders were the lovable yet super annoying next-door neighbors, and The Simpsons show was known for being safe for the characters and audiences. That changed in 2000 with the episode Alone Again, Natura Diddley, when the writers killed off Maude Flanders. What's messed up about this one is that the death of Maude felt like it was implemented into the show for the sake of ratings. The Simpsons showrunner at the time, Mike Scully, even admitted this, and it's ultimately the turning point for the series, where writing for the ratings and not for the story might have become a priority.
Eventually I'll die in your home, which will hurt the resale value, but it'll all be worth...
Homer offs Grandpa. The episode starts off seemingly normal with Homer and Grandpa driving together, but suddenly things take a dark turn and Homer is strangling his father to death. It turns out the moment is just a daydream, but that's actually even more messed up. Homer has a particularly unstable relationship with his dad and never even visits him in the old folks' home. They quite often yell at each other and only occasionally show affection. So when Homer's dream ends, he states with a huge smile that he was having the most wonderful dream. Think you need some help there, Homer?
Why, you little...
You strangle your child?
Yeah, but he's cool with it, right?
It hurts when I swallow.
Why, you little...
Homer's consistent abuse of Bart. One thing The Simpsons seem to value is being there for your family, no matter how crazy, annoying, dumb, or weird they may seem. Family always comes first, and the series has shown this again and again. But there's one aspect of this show that seems to contradict this. If it was a one-off thing, it may not have been on the list as it's always played for laughs. But Homer's constant need to strangle his son is pretty messed up. It happens on a regular basis, and while it started off as a funny gag of Homer lashing out in the most ridiculous fashion, now it seems that Bart is the victim of domestic abuse.
Oh, what's happening? Where am I?
And she's on drugs!
Give me the drugs, Lisa.
Lisa the babysitter. The one time where Lisa got to babysit Bart. Even though she's younger than her siblings, she's definitely more mature and responsible. But when Bart dislocates his arm, she wheelbarrows him to the hospital. After slipping on a muddy hill, passers-by think that Lisa killed her brother and is disposing of the body. The problem with this is that by the end, there's no lesson or resolution for this conflict. The episode ends with Lisa's reputation tattered as opposed to her getting a happy ending by the end credits. For a child to continue like that, it's pretty twisted.
You rich snobs aren't pushing us around anymore!
And what are you pathetic slobs going to do about it?
Well, Huh?
Suicide Squad. Sometimes when you look back on a particular moment in a show or a film, you have to wonder how on earth did they get away with this? The same applies to The Simpsons, who got away with quite a bit pre-9/11. In 2000, in the episode A Tale of Two Springfields, the city's area code gets changed and Homer is having none of it. In an angry act of defiance, he straps a bomb to his vest and threatens to blow up Springfield. Imagine the controversy if that episode aired in 2018. It turned Homer from a lovable idiot to a downright attempted terrorist.
Oh, looks like young Simpson is going to kill himself.
No, maybe not. Maybe he's just taking his boulder for a walk.
Oh.
Homer's Odyssey. Season 1 may seem like an afterthought for many, as it doesn't have the same animation or voice acting quality, but it's still a great season. But some of the more messed up moments happen in Season 1. When Homer loses his job in Homer's Odyssey, he's so upset that he says goodbye to his family as they sleep and leaves with the intention of killing himself. He even left them a note. As he was about to go through with it, his neighbors actually make fun of him for his plan. At least, he's handled the situation better during future job losses.
No, all I need to stay focused is good old-fashioned fresh air. Nothing like fresh air. Fresh air.
That time Lisa got addicted to cigarette smoke. The Simpsons has made it a point to highlight Lisa's superior intelligence over the decades, which is why it's so strange to see her become addicted to secondhand cigarette smoke in the 2008 episode Smoke on the Daughter. You'd think she'd know better. What's worse is that the show tries to be funny and thought-provoking about addiction while failing to do both. What we ended up with was an awkward episode that saw a cartoon child get addicted to cigarette smoke and make it empty and shallow. What's worse is that the episode suggested Lisa became better at ballet due to it. Yikes. The Banksy opening. The couch gag is synonymous with The Simpsons at this point, and other animators and directors have taken a crack at directing the famous segment. One of the more uncomfortable ones comes from notorious street artist Banksy. In it, he goes on for some time about the sweatshop practices that go on behind the scenes for the animation and all the merchandising for the show. Children breathe in toxic smoke and work on the animation under guard. It's a pretty hard image that's a play on reality, and we get to watch it from the comfort of our homes. Way to make us feel bad, Banksy.
You ain't going nowhere, cutie.
They did what with a panda? The Simpsons has always been one for weird and mature humor, but this one was both out there and really messed up. In Homer vs. Dignity, the family goof finds himself dressed up as a panda bear in an enclosure thanks to Mr. Burns' desire to have a prank monkey on hand. The scary bit is what happens to Homer while he's dressed up as the panda. Homer is ultimately zapped by the bear handlers before pulling his prank and gets tossed in with a male panda, believing Homer to be genuine and female. The real panda ends up taking advantage of poor Homer. The episode is often ranked as one of the worst in the series' history.
It's you, you little puke. I am gonna tie a rope around your neck and hang. I'll show you who's a moron.
Curtain call. This moment was simply dark and pretty messed up to watch. For as long as he's been on the show, Bartender Moe has been a pretty miserable and depressed guy. He would often joke about offing himself, but it was usually played as a comedic beat and played off of what was happening in the scene and generally hinted at being set up to happen off-screen. In Whiskey Business, though, Moe actually tried going through with it. He only survived because the roof gave out from the weight, but the rope, chair, and act were all present as we got to see what it's actually like for Moe. Actually seeing it on a PG animated series was pretty intense.
This is horrible. The Fox network has sunk to a new low.
That's it for now. What do you think is the most messed up Simpsons moment? Do you think some of these moments are tasteless or are in the nature of the series? Let us know in the comments section below, and be sure to like the video and subscribe to the Screen Rant channel for more videos like this on your playlist every day. Thanks for watching.